Saturday, July 26th. And, well, I guess the rumor has started. I saw a little article on Silver Doctors this morning, or last night, that China's flirting with the idea to back yuan with gold. And I've been saying this is coming for years, because eventually you get all the gold from the idiots that are just selling paper, just printing paper and giving it away, and in exchange they're selling them back plastic crap. And you know, it was our politicians that set up the trade deals. It's our politicians that have maintained this currency system that's inherently bullshit and a fraud and a scam to begin with. And so, man, we're gonna wake up with no silver, no gold, no manufacturing, and no way to change it, because the regulation and all the rules and the zoning and all this bullshit that's in place to keep people from being productive. That's ultimately what it is you go to college, you get a degree in brainwashing, where you've been convinced for the next 40 years you people are going to throw paper at each other and somehow everything's going to be okay. So you've been throwing paper at each other for how many years? You've worked for government, or you've worked for insurance companies, or you've worked for banks, and all you've done is thrown paper at each other, and you haven't produced anything. Well, it's all coming crashing down, and it's not anything that we can change without a crash from within. The rest of the world is going to cut us off. That's basically what it's going to come down to. The rest of the world is going to cut us off. They're going to say, we will trade with you, but we do not want treasury bonds, and we do not want dollars. Treasury bonds, we got tons of treasury bonds, and they'll throw treasury bonds at us. Dollars, we have plenty of dollars, and they'll throw dollars at us. They're going to say, what else do you have? We like gold, silver, oil, natural gas, you know, finished manufactured goods, lumber. I don't know. We may have good lumber. I don't know. What do we have? Because they're not going to take paper anymore. And all you people that have been promised this paper, and that's the thing about the Detroit bankruptcy, you were promised your pension in dollars. Alright? So they could print another $10 billion, $20 billion, probably $100 billion, and completely bail out Detroit and their pension fund. But they're not going to do that, because what is the ultimate goal of these people? To bankrupt the middle class so that you don't have enough money to rise up and protest and kick these bums out. So, you know, what, the middle class is now, in America, is now 27th as far as family wealth. And why shouldn't we? Because we're the biggest debtor country in the world. Everybody thinks, oh, we're the richest country. No, we have the biggest military. And the only thing backing the dollar at this point is the military. And China could shut that off with a simple EMP. And I can't say that I blame them for doing it. I mean, really, and this is something else with this Chinese yuan. And I want to war game this with you guys. Say the Chinese announced that they're going to back the yuan. Or better yet, say these rumors are actually get verified in the State Department and the CIA. The CIA tells the president, yeah, they're getting ready to back the yuan with gold. We're going to have to do something fast. Here's what I expect from my criminal bullshit government. I think that at that point they will launch an EMP or some kind of a, they won't do an EMP. What they'll do is they'll launch a banking virus on ourselves. they'll hit Bank of America, JP Morgan Chase, Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo, PNC, all the big boys. All the big boys. And maybe some smaller ones too. I don't know. If they may hit everybody just to say, just to have even coverage. Piss everybody off. Wipe everybody's bank account out and say the Chinese did it. Say the Chinese did it and say now we got to go to war with China. And it'll be a combination: economic war, nuclear war. It'll escalate. It'll be trade wars, currency wars, world wars. That's the order of the shit. And it gets getting ready to go hot because Washington and the Federal Reserve and the Treasury, they know that if the Chinese back along with gold, the rest of the world is going to say, all right. With that, the Chinese will also probably say something to the effect of any country that's attacked for now doing their oil swap trades in gold or yuan will be backed by the Chinese military, giving the Saudis protection, the OPEC nations protection, because that's ultimately what those guys want. Is they want the military protection, and they don't think that they're tired of getting screwed by the paper Ponzi scheme of the U.S. So much of their money has to go back into treasury bonds, and those are worthless. And they're tired of buying. They probably own half the country, with the other money that they be getting. Half the country's owned by the Chinese, the other half's owned by, the Saudis, the OPEC nations. So. What's left for you at the end of the day? You've been scammed. There's a way out of this. Pull your money out of the banks, pull your money out of the 401ks, pull everything out, liquidate everything, and buy as much physical metal as you can. And then you need to put people into office that are willing to say that if you elect me, I will prosecute all of these former politicians and all of these banking criminals, and they will be given to these foreign countries as prisoners for all of their criminal promises that they were offering everybody. If Hillary Clinton wants to sell our national parks to the Chinese, well, she can't do that. I don't give a fuck who she thinks she is or who her husband was. Her husband probably did, as the president. Backing the treasury bonds with the property, and then giving it to the UN to be held in trust for these, for the Chinese government or whoever else. The Rothschilds, probably at the end of the day. No, you say, sorry, this bitch is a scam. This dude is Bill Clinton didn't have the right to do that, so we're going to ship him in a cage, and he's going to show up, him and his old lady will show up in little cages, and y'all can do whatever the hell you want with them. I heard that they execute banking criminals over there, and we'll give them to the Chinese to be executed or whatever they want to do with them. Because that's the deal they made. You want to put your signature on it? And try to fleece us out of our property, out of the people's property? That's treason. Bye. You're not going to get away with it. And it's going to, eventually these police and military will figure out that, they're just supporting a paper fraud that's going to enslave their children and grandchildren. I mean, they're already enslaved. They just can't see the bars yet. That's all for now. All right, that's it.